Welcome back. Thank you for staying with CNN News 18. We are getting a breaking input at this point. MEA slams China's creative naming in Arunachal Pradesh. MEA said, and I quote, "We have noticed that China has persisted with its vain and preposterous attempt to name places in the Indian state of Arunachal Pradesh. Consistent with our principled position, we reject such attempts categorically. Creative naming will not alter the undeniable reality that Arunachal Pradesh was, is and will always remain an integral and inalienable part of India." All right, so this is an attempt, a sinister plan once again from Chinese side, and this time, remember, not the first time that they are indulging in doing so. In 2024 as well, they released a list of about 30 names, new names for parts of Arunachal Pradesh, and once again, now we are seeing that India has hit back at China for doing so. I'm now joined by CNN News 18 Siddhant Mishra on this broadcast. Siddhant, what is really the sinister plan with which China is naming some of the parts of Arunachal Pradesh?
Well, Chetan, this is kind of a routine that China has maintained. This is a routine practice that each time around they come up with names of the places within the Indian territory in the state of Arunachal Pradesh, and each time around, Indian government not just reject the claims made by the Chinese, but in fact call them preposterous attempts to name preposterous attempts to naming places in the Indian state of Arunachal Pradesh. In fact, this time around also, Indian government rejects such attempts categorically. Creative naming will not alter the undeniable reality that Arunachal Pradesh was, is, and will always remain an integral and inalienable part of India. Perhaps a very strong statement coming from Ministry of External Affairs. They have called this attempt again by China a preposterous attempt, and they have also called it a creative naming and said that this will not alter the undeniable reality that Arunachal Pradesh is and will always remain an integral and inalienable part of India. So as I said before, that China has developed this practice of naming the locations within the state of Arunachal Pradesh, and this is not the first time they are doing it. Each time around, they get a very strong response from the Indian government.
You rightly pointed out, Siddhant, that this is not the first time that China is doing so. In 2024 as well, a list of 30 new names in Arunachal Pradesh was something that was released by Chinese authorities, and time and again, India has opposed that. But what has been the response so far from the Chinese authorities on this? Why are they doing that? What has been their response to the Indian authorities?
Well, their position is their position is very clear as far as this Arunachal Pradesh, state of Arunachal Pradesh is concerned. In fact, they claim that this particular area belongs to them, region belongs to them. Perhaps each time around, Indian government gives a befitting reply to the Chinese, and call it a creative naming, and perhaps also reminds them that this will not alter the undeniable reality that Arunachal Pradesh was, is, and will always remain an integral and inalienable part of India. Perhaps it's a part of Chinese, nefarious designs which they put in place, and in fact, they don't just do it with India; they do it with other countries as well. China believes in expansionist policies. Perhaps whether it's sea, whether it's land, they believe in expanding, and perhaps that is exactly what India is countering at this point in time. And as I said before, in past few years also we have seen this has happened many times. Again, this is happening, and Indian government has taken a very, very strong note of this, and in fact a very strong statement has come from Ministry of External Affairs. But what is different this time, Sharon, is that last time around there were no talks going on with China. This time around, the economy is opening up, and in fact, India and China have concluded a patrolling agreement. In fact, there have been a foreign secretary level visits, etc., etc. So finally things are opening up, and amidst all this, still China is claiming renaming the locations in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. Perhaps is shocking and says that how how China will never move forward as far as these issues are concerned. Irrespective of what happens in the bilateral relationship between the two countries.
All right. Many thanks, Siddhant, for getting us all those details. I request you to please stay with us. We'll require your input on this next story as well.
Network 18 decimates Times Internet with over 6 times more unique users on social media. Network 18, the undisputed leader of news networks, way ahead of the times.